All right, let's talk about something that I think we've all felt. That feeling of just being completely powerless when a company refuses to give you your money back. Well, today, we're going to unpack a really powerful method to flip that script. It's called the Legal Leverage Refund Strategy.
So, I want you to picture this. You've got a faulty product. You've done everything right. You've followed all the steps, and the company just says, nope, no refund. What do? I mean, really, what are your options when they just flat out refuse?
Yeah, this one right here, this gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? They refused my refund for parts that were missing from the box. I mean, come on. The parts weren't even there. You do everything you're supposed to, you report the problem, and bam, you hit a brick wall. It is maddening, it feels so unfair, and that is exactly what we are diving into today.
Okay, let's call this whole frustrating dance what it is, the refund runaround. And we're going to explore it by walking through the story of a customer we're going to call Deborah. Her experience is, well, it's a perfect case study of this whole mess.
So, here's what happened. It started off super simple, right? Deborah ordered a product online. The package shows up at her door, but crucial parts are missing. The whole thing is totally useless. So, she does exactly what you or I would do. She contacts customer service and asks for a refund. And their answer? A hard no. Just like that. She's completely and utterly stuck. Now, at this point, your first instinct is probably to argue, right? Demand to speak to a manager. But that's kind of playing right into their hands. So let's talk about why that approach is almost always a dead end. We're going to call it the customer service wall. And here's why that wall is so incredibly effective. It all comes down to a really basic conflict of interest. I mean, look at this. Your goal, you just want a fair refund for a product that didn't work. Their goal, the person on the other end of the line, their job is just to close your support ticket. See the problem? You're not even playing the same game. You know that feeling when you're just going in circles, getting worn down by endless emails and phone holds? I'm here to tell you, that feeling is intentional. That is not an accident. The system is often literally designed to wear you down until you just give up. It's not there to solve your problem. So what if you could just bypass that entire frustrating system? What if there was a key that could unlock the door that customer service just keeps slamming in your face? Well, there is. And it brings us to something that's surprisingly simple and incredibly powerful: the lawyer letter solution. So if arguing with them doesn't work and pleading your case doesn't work, then what's left? What actually works? What is the one thing that can just slice right through all of that red tape and get the attention of the people who can actually make a decision? This, a letter from a law firm. That's it. This single action is what tips the scales. In an instant, the entire balance of power shifts. You are no longer just another annoying support ticket that they need to close. And the process itself is, shockingly straightforward. An attorney drafts a formal letter. That letter gets sent directly to the company's legal department. It completely jumps over that whole customer service mess. And what happens then? Well, the company's, this could be a problem, alarm goes off, and they're basically forced to take immediate action. Okay, so let's get back to Deborah. How did this whole leverage thing actually play out for her? Remember, she was at a dead end, totally frustrated, completely out of options. She tried this exact strategy, and here's how her story ends. Honestly, the difference was like night and day. After that letter was sent, the company didn't just respond, they contacted her immediately. And they didn't just offer a refund, oh no. They arranged to pick up the product at their expense. And the best part? The full charge was just gone from her account. A total, complete victory. So what's the magic here? What is the core principle at work? It's what we're calling legal leverage. It's all about this strategic shift. You stop being just a customer with a complaint, which, let's face it, is really easy for them to ignore, and you become an individual with a potential legal issue. And that is something they must address. It's all about changing how the company perceives you and the situation. So let's boil all this down. What's the ultimate takeaway here? Why is one simple letter so much more powerful than dozens of frustrating phone calls and emails? It's because the moment a lawyer's letterhead lands on a desk in their legal department, the entire game changes. The conversation is no longer about customer service policy. It shifts to legal compliance and risk. You're finally speaking the one language that every single company truly understands. And let's be really clear about this. This isn't about filing a lawsuit. It's not about being aggressive or nasty. It is simply about signaling that you understand your rights and you are serious about getting a fair resolution. It is a professional way of escalating the problem to the right people.
And that brings us to a final and, I think, really powerful thought. This principle of applying strategic leverage, it doesn't just stop with refunds. I mean, think about it. In negotiations, in disputes, maybe even in your career, where else could changing the game with just a little bit of leverage make all the difference? It's a powerful idea to take with you. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.